Hi, everybody. Vicki Ross here. Just early starting the Tuesday live that I do. And if you do tune in on the recorded version, feel free to skip forward because we'll wait a little time for people to get in. I'm getting all ready. You realize how hard it is for me to sit still and be quiet? (2021) is going to be about use your stuff. We'll wait just a few more minutes and then we'll go. Ah, there we go. Hey, Sophia, how are you? Well, good. I will try to talk more so you can hear me. I'm doing good today. Yesterday was a little dicey. I had a tachycardia event that put me in the emergency room for 5 hours, but all is good. All they have to do is stop it, and I'm good to go. So anyway, I do take meds for that. I've had them before. I've only had 2 now that were that bad, but anyway, I'm good. And I trust you're well. It's late there, right? Yeah, it's kind of got a nice ride in an ambulance, though. Okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to start, since there's somebody here I can chat with, how to put the co in collage. Yeah, good. Ooh. Yeah, well, kids are a little bit more resilient, I think, than we are. Oh, that was fun. And I hope she's okay. Thank goodness we live in an era where that sort of stuff can be dealt with. This is a piece of tissue paper that I wadded up and sprayed tea and or coffee stain on it and let it dry all crumpled up, and then open it up carefully when it's dry, and you still get the wrinkles, but the designs are not all over total like this. So it's just a different way of doing something. It's not a right way or a wrong way. It's just a way. And what I did just now was crumpled it up and then put the glue down and then put this in it and wrinkled it up while the glue was dry. And that's all we're going to do right there. And I'm going to dry that while we wait. And you can make acorn. Let's see what. This may have been acorn, but you can make it with, let's see, that's tea. You can make it with acorns. And I did that, and you just take the whole acorn and throw it in a pot of water and add a little bit of vinegar to it, and then let it boil down and boil down and boil down, just simmer, and then separate the trash from the liquid, and the liquid is really good. And if you put a little bit of vinegar or denatured alcohol in your mix, it'll stay good forever. Well, I mean, you know, this is my coffee and it doesn't have any mold on it at all. Got another bottle here somewhere. I doesn't see it. And I've got acorn tea and coffee. So anyway, that's what those do. All right, I'm gonna dry that some more. All right. Hello to everybody out in Lurkerville. Feel free to say hello if you can. If not, just like it and subscribe and listen. How about that? I have pulled some fresco paint, which is like a chalk paint. These are by I saw C on here. Seth Apter's colors, and they're made for him by Fresco. It's fresco finish by Paper Artsy. I'll get it in a minute. And I've been trying to get my office clean. And that may not be any good. And I want to use some stuff. That's my 2014. Not 2014. Good Lord. I do believe it's dead. Nope, there's some down there, but see, when you get it, use it. And clean your tool off. Looking for a scribby brush. Doesn't have to be perfect. I keep picking those up. No, I don't want those. Good grief. I moved these the other day. That's why I don't know where I am. All right, we're just going to go with this. I do not know if I can get anything out of this blue or not. And I've had these stored upside down. I've got some Floetrol over there. Sometimes water will reconstitute it if it's not too far gone. Now, let's see if this one is. No, this one's still good. And some more paper artsy. This is Moonlight. I'm going to try to get some of that on there in that wet paint. And then I'm going to mop some of it up. There, it's a nice look. And a little bit lighter now. Fingers are the best tools in the world, so don't forget you got them. Oops. And don't pick up your collage bits. All right, now I need a little more greenish. That was my greenish. See what else I've got behind me. Here's some Heavios. This is, oh look, paint booger. The minute you take it off of the tube, press it down and then put it somewhere to dry. And when you're doing tags, you can put that over the hole. I think it's kind of cool. Hey, Peggy. It does. Now I'm going to tear some of this off on purpose. I wanted a raggedy edge. And these are circles that I made in Robin McClendon's intuitive script class. I don't know if that's going to stick or not, but we'll find out. I do believe it will. It always does when you don't need for it to. Now I'm going to get this smaller one, then we'll have 3. I don't know who invented that odd number thing. Probably the ancient Greeks. Alrighty. Are you new, Peggy? If you are, welcome. If you like it, and join and subscribe. I'm getting ready to start a brand new project on field notes. And I know y'all have been hearing me say that for a month now, but it's going to be different. It's going to almost be interactive in a way that okay, I save all those little plastic things. Interactive on my part. I wrote a fantastical story by a doctor named Dr. Victoria Rosebloom. I'll get it in a minute. And I'm going to put some water in this. Ooh, never mind. Well, it's all right. Water's dirty. I'm just going to scrub it on here. We're putting the co in collage because all these things play together. And they're the co-stars of the finished page. I just think that's cool. All right, let's put a little bit more of the this time I think I'll just use spray. For those of you who have been following me for a while, we went through a phase where nobody could find my stuff. And through several hours of searching and trying to find it, Sea Sponge, I've had it for probably 10 years. So let's use it. I found that I was putting a blue dot and a red dot in my titles to show that it's live. And YouTube just politely demonetized all those and quit pushing them because of the blue dot. The red dots that were just straight YouTube, they left it. I had 244 in lockdown. But I think I figured it out. All right, now I think I want just a little more green. Boy, that comes out. That's the smallest. Okay, now what we've got is I put some collage on the plain book first and then painted, and then I did the bottom and then I put collage on top of the wet paint. Then I came back up here and did paint on top of the plain collage, let's call it. Didn't have anything under it. And then just smeared some paint here and there to make it have a different texture. And it does. So that is that part. Let's get that dry. It's an algorithm thing, but blue is for Facebook. So I took all the dots away. So now you'll just have to figure out for yourself whether you're watching the live or not. The bad thing is they don't tell you. So I didn't even really realize that there was anything wrong until a couple months ago. Somebody on my channel says, nobody's watching. What's going on? So we're going to see. This is my first live. I'm going to knock back some of that green. Yeah, I did the video I did a couple weeks ago was called Put the Water in Watercolor. And then spell it with a capital water. Because, because that one is because people that try watercolor and give up on it have generally had a bad experience. And that generally bad experience is caused by water control. So if you can learn water control, you are really doing good. Let's see what I've got here. I need some mustard. I didn't get all my colors picked out that I needed. And And that's red. I don't want red. Just a minute. Got a lid stuck. There. Where did I put it? Back in the bucket. I'm going to use a little bit of gold. No, that's not a good booger. Little bit of gold. I'm so tight that I'll do this and then let paint goober up in my bucket because I don't want to use them. This is the Yellow Ochre de Lorraine Simply from Walmart. And it's great because it's not so heavily pigmented. Less expensive paints have their value. And this is another example of the, ooh, there's a good one. Peel it off, flatten it down, and the next time you do a tag, this is a hole protector. I made that up all by myself. And then put it somewhere to dry. This is the other paint that I use a lot. I've been studying in my spare time when I'm not fixing YouTube. Composition styles for different shapes. This is based loosely on the cruciform. Which is just an element that goes that way and this way. Doesn't necessarily mean religion, it just means that particular. Got some more Pebio. Little bit of sparkle. There's circle, there's an S shape where your composition is designed to resemble those marks. God, there's one. It's like a scale where you've got a teeter-totter, and you've got a heavy thing over here on this side, and over here you've got a smaller thing to balance it, and I forgot the name of it conveniently. I will put, you know what, I think I'm going to use, come on, damn it. A little bit of quinacridone Azo Yellow. This is by Golden. It's well loved. Let's see what this one is. Blueberry. No, I don't want anything quite that blue. Or do I? No, that's too blue. But I know that there's a night or a midnight over here. Midnight. And this is paper artsy again. Okay, I need to. Hey, Joycey. Didn't see you come in. The Co in collage. I'll remember it once I talk about it a few times. Pinky Pool. Might be a little bit darker. Not much. See what y'all are saying. Thanks, Sophia. Okay, I promise I won't do it again. For those of y'all just tuning in, I had a little bit of a heart scare yesterday. My heart has a tendency to want to go off to the races, so I had a little over 200 heart rate for about 2.5 hours. Nothing serious. Nothing serious. So I got me a ride in the ambulance. This is concrete Ah, look at this one. I tore part of it off, but it'll still work. First time I had this issue was about 10 years ago. And all they could find was that my magnesium level was a little bit low. So just before y'all got here, Randy brought me some almonds. That's supposed to be good for it. This is a cool gray. Might as well use it. I'm a gal who doesn't really like to cover up. Okay, we'll use that up. All right, let me check what y'all talk about. Yeah, my first one I had 9-10 years ago was $2.50 for about 3 hours. That one scared them all to death. I need a salmon cola. Maybe we can do it with that. And maybe a little bit of that. Let's see what we can do. See, paint I've never used. So this is my 21 mantra. Use it or lose it. Now look at this. I've had these paints stored upside down. And it was pretty hard. I'm just trying to play with it and see if some of it will reconstitute. It is a little. It won't come back though to. And why did I save it? I have no idea. This is Claudine Helmuth, and she, story goes, got kind of pushed out of the way for somebody else in Ranger. Alrighty, salmon. These are the little samplers that Hobby Lobby sometimes has, 8 or 10 in a pack. It's really all the paint we ever need unless we want to do something besides this kind of work. This is the Dinah from Pabio Studio, and it's iridescent. Now I'm going to put a little bit of concrete. And if you're coloring something and you don't know how much you want, just add a little bit to your white. Because if you start with the color and add white, you'll make a great big huge puddle. I think that might work. I started with clean desk. Now I need a little more white. Oops. Real loose. Let's get that all mixed up real good in there. At 2 drops, I just rolled over something. It'll take a while to go through that bottle. Let's see, I want to put some green in that yellowish color. I need some more green. Hey, Rosemary. Gosh, it's been a year. And I used to go to Rosemary's at least one day a month. Been a year. All right, what do I want? I want some more turquoise. I'm just playing around, Rosie. Whoops, that's not turquoise. Inky pool. I don't like that mark. Maybe midnight's darker. Oh, I'll tell y'all this. I did find out that the Apple Watch has the built-in heart rate, and it was just about right on the money, matching the equipment in the hospital. So that's good to know. Excuse me. Well, people around here are getting their flu shot. I mean, flu. Well, kind of. Their vaccines. That's good news. Randy got 3 emails, from Mercy. That's the dominant doctor around here in the hospital. Medical group, get it out. And, but he couldn't get in to get an appointment. But the nurse last night said she's had both of hers. So that's good news. We're just going to be wallowing in good news. More concrete. I'm going to skip to the warmer white here in a minute. All right, then don't go back in. What about down in Fort Smith, Rosemary? Yeah, Peggy, it was just 1 or 2 off. And when I called the nurse at my doctor, I said, "Now I'm pulling this on an Apple Watch." She said, "Well, they're very accurate." So it's kind of a nice feeling to know you got some tools that. And again, this is the cruciform. And like I said, it's not a derivative. I don't know what those are, but I think they're going to come up. This is the kind of artwork that I've never really done. I'm a realism painter, but I want to be better at this because people tend to like it when they're buying art because they can see whatever they want to see in it. And from across the room, you may see something that up close you don't. I'll just put in just a few little details. Of course, most people don't have to study to slap paint on paper, but I do. Now, the fun part is if somebody saw one of my journals and really, really liked it, I could duplicate this on a bigger canvas. Well, that was dark, and I just cleaned it. Well, I guess it matters what I'm doing. I get quiet. That one, the light blue one. Actually, the thick paint. And don't get attached to your collage like I tend to do. I don't want to cover it up. Doo-doo. I had a real pale. Doesn't see it, but I'm going to use this. This is called Buff, not Titan Buff. Titan Buff is the man at the gym. Okay, another little booger. Now just press it down. The next time you do a tag, there's your hole protector. Okie doke. Where are you going to do this? Good, you got it all over the page before. Sea sponge. I'm just after different colored marks or different kinds of marks. You don't want a bunch of little spots like I have right there. Check on y'all. Hey, Bonjard. Joycey, I don't know if you were in here earlier when I said that through just a matter of accident and a little bit of knowing what I'm doing from my career, I found out that YouTube had shadow banned me, and I think that was causing the people getting notifications, and just in general being at my channel. And I found 344 of my videos had been demonetized. And if it's demonetized, they don't promote it. So that affected the traffic. So I was tickled that I found it. I hear that, baby. All right, now I want a little bit more of I was thrilled. So I managed to get them all saved back and took out the blue dot and the red dot that symbolized Facebook and YouTube, and it was the blue dot that they had the problem with. Corporate crap. So, but they don't tell you. Still just making marks. So if y'all are new here, let me know. And I promise, Joycey, that Dr. Victoria Brownsworth is making her appearance. It's time for walking, winter walking. A little thicker. Turquoise and orange. Anyway, if you're new, please subscribe. And I think you'll enjoy Dr. Victoria Brown's Rose Bloom. I told y'all last week that I got a new green screen and had a blonde moment because I couldn't decide whether 7 feet was big enough or not. And my room only has 8-foot ceilings. This sucker was supposed to fit on the back of my chair. I mean, when that thing came out, it's like those windshield protectors, dashboard protectors in the summer, and you unpop them and then they fit right up in the dash. Well, that's what this was, except 7 by 6 feet. And I got it opened in here and damn near didn't get it out. We laughed. So I have now a little more, what's my word? Suitable. But Dr. Victoria is going to take you on a trip of one of her last excursions to the Amazon. And we get to go with her on her journey. How about that? A little bit of plain white. Maybe I could have some plain white. Lots of tight and buff, baby. Matte medium. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Look at that. It's what happens when you don't get the top down good. Now that is what you call a keeper. That is a tag hole protector now. See, don't throw them away. They're great. This again is the Simply, oh, this is Hobby Lobby brand, house brand. And I missed my video from yesterday since I was at the races with my heart. And I bless Randy's heart, he must have called everybody on his Facebook list. So the in collage. Codependent. Co-stars. There you go. That's a good one. So I coined that phrase. I'm sure there's nothing new under the sun, but it doesn't matter to me at all until they start accusing me of copying theirs. Just like watercolor. That's why they call it watercolor. Ah. Excuse me. See, look at that. 3 perfect circles. If you were trying to do 3 perfect circles, you never would. Gotta watch out for stuff like that. Yes, the Intrepid Explorer. And the green screen is so that she can present what she's got for the day with a background of photos that she took as she was going on her way around the world to get to the Amazon. And she's got slides of creatures that she has seen, because after all, she is a botanist and she has a PhD. And I'm just lucky to know her. There's a little bee. How about that? The Walmart white is really thin, so sometimes it takes several applications to get it, especially when you're scrubbing with it. And of course, my paints aren't dry, so underneath. And she loves hats. She's almost always wearing a hat. Getting some texture. I think I'm about done. This looks pretty good. Key lime. It's kind of separated. Let me see if I can get it. Kind of yellow. I don't want another yellow. See, key lime. I think I've got another green in the Fresco. And then we're done. So I want y'all to get your notebooks for your field journal. That's not green patina. That's closer to what I've got in there. So this is Granny Smith. Maybe that'll do it. And a journal that you can set aside just for the field notes, and we'll work on it until we get bored with it. That one's not a very good one. Oh yeah, that's a good color. Whoops, not that. Okay, this is it. I can't put marks to it. I have put this on here several times and it disappears. All right, now, see what y'all are doing. Isn't that awful? Woo. Let's see about a little bit of jelly stamping with some of this paint that we've got left. I love doing this. And we'll start with some backgrounds on some more pages. And I probably need something. I hate to waste paint. Okay, that's that one. So, you know what? I better dry that just a hair. Okay, now turn that one over. These are some of Robin's printables that are in here for whatever reason. What did I do? Woo! Boy, howdy. There it is. Up there. Let's put some stuff. Just making some marks. These kind of pages are fun. Inky pool. And that didn't really do too much because I've got black things on there already. I got a lot of black circles. That was practice for the Robin McClendon page. Let's put some stuff on this one. And now what are you going to do? Okay, you got plain paper. This won't take long. Let's see if we can make this one ugly too. That's all these are these pages here are just stuff that was left over. see if we can get some drippage. Golden drips good. But it dripped before I was ready for it to. I started this book last year and I barely, maybe got half of it done. Let's see, we've got some here. Ooh-wee. Oh, there's one. Lost my jelly plate. Here it is. Hi, Spy. And you can come back, put a watery glaze of gesso on this. Be fine. Mark some of it off. I mean, wipe some off. All right, we're going to wrap this up here real quick. No paint wasted. And then someday you're going to come look through your book and you're going to go, huh, that's interesting. I could do something with that. And they'll just be there ready for you to go. I'm going to use up the paint, and then I'm going to put a pull layer on the jelly. See if we can get to some of that good old grunge. That golden just goes and goes and goes. I think that's good enough. We didn't waste very much. This isn't real thick white. I think my roller needs to be cleaned. Where's my little one? I don't see her. Okay. Yuck. What a mess. All right, now we let it dry. I'll take that and rinse it. Rinse it. See what y'all are doing. This. Ooh, what a mess. It's all right. It's all right. I'm going to dry this paint just a little bit. Yeah, I'm holding it. And it's on low, so don't do this with a blast of heat. That's kind of dry. Now, that should help. I hope everybody is staying healthy. I think we're just in the second half of this nightmare. Have y'all seen how Jane Davenport uses her thin plates? They're thinner than the speedball ones. They're just real thin, and she just lays them on her book and leaves them till overnight. Comes back the next day and they pull. I suspect it has something to do with the fact she's got all paint. If I did that, I would probably end up with the paper all pulled. Trying to clean up all this paint on me. Not yet. I started out with clean desk, didn't I? It was all clean. Sorry about that. I'm just going to pick up a little so that I don't pull that off too soon. Excuse me. And then that has to go to be washed. I really like these paper artsy paints. They've got a gazillion colors. That's better. Credit card I did not use. Better. Yes, Joycey. Seth Apter for Paper Artsy. He's got another one that I really want, but you know, I really don't need any more paint. I need to use some of what I got. So it's stuck. Come on. Dry, baby, dry. It's beginning to work. I've been picking up a lot of views just by having this co-stream like COllage on Facebook as well as on YouTube. So that's where some of the new names come from. It's working. Leave it low. Drink some water. Ate my almonds. Seth Apter has all of his stuff on his website, sethapter.com. And he's got a full store there where he sells these things that are made in France and England and whatnot. His icy stuff. And that's usually a little bit cheaper than buying it and having it shipped. So he got a bunch of good stuff. And I really like his ice. I haven't used his inks very much. Yeah, see, I don't know how she keeps from getting that to happen. But you get my drift. All this turquoise and stuff was from the old paint that I pulled off. But it does look like old milk paint that's been on there for 100 years and they just paint on top of it. You've got a good bunch of it. Cool. Now I'll just leave this and start letting it. Well, maybe I'll just try to see if I can get any more. Little. Isn't that good grunge? And then when it quits being sticky, you're done. Okay. And a good time was had by all, I hope. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed it out there. And I'm going to enjoy it and take a few pictures of what I've done and get ready for next week. Okay, guys. I love you. Thank you for coming. And thank you for those that are on the replay. Just skip through the boring parts. All right. I'm going.